I want to share with you the operating system designed to help you monetize your list. Now, with this in mind, I want to share with you the entire overview, and I'm going to do a walkthrough of how you can set up your email list, in this case, your newsletter, in order for you to build an ecosystem so you can convert subscriber into sales. Now, converting subscriber into sales has a lot to do with the way you present your information and the way you cycle through the idea of your content, meaning different angles, different points of how you can solve their problem. Now, the main thing would be to focus on the problem and then with those angles provide a solution. So what I did was throughout the past months, I built a flywheel in which throughout revisions, I came to understand that there's a lot of bottlenecks or leakage within the system or the flywheel I built. So I came up with version number 2, where I added 12 touch points, and at the same time I added many different things in order for me to improve that. So with that in mind, what I did was I came up with the process of building inside Beehive, which I would recommend you guys as a platform to use for your newsletter. Within Beehive, I added many different features that they launched, and with this I was able to add 12 touch points in where I could focus on more of an ecosystem rather than just build a process of getting from one point A to point B. Many people out there using Go High Level, using MailChimp, using ConvertKit or whatever, they're just having a process of going from A to B, right? So with that process, sometimes they even need to email the list every single day on a consistent basis. So what I did from my side was build at the beginning a ecosystem, which is a flywheel of different touch points. As I said, 12 touch points in total, with also different platforms involved. So I add referrals, I add lead magnet, I add polls, I add surveys, I add social media content, YouTube videos mixed with LinkedIn posts, mixed with Twitter threads. And based on that, people are seeing that I have not only a presence online, but at the same time, they're seeing my expertise. They're seeing how I showcase my authority and also my competence when it comes to solving their problem. And with this, it builds trust. I pre-sell them without selling them. And at the same time, I build my own authority. I cultivate a warm audience because they start building trust and like with me. And from there, I turn them into a conversion. That conversion can either be a workshop lead or customer. It can be a coaching client. It can be someone that just buys a low ticket offer, like a lead magnet. They want a lead magnet. They can purchase for a low ticket like $1 to $7, etc. Okay, so with this system, I want to share with you guys a process which I use in order for me to be able to walk people through. So with this, I'm basically sharing on my screen right now with you, as you can see on my side here, the idea of validating your offer and pre-selling them. So when I walk people through phase number 1, the idea would be to build on Beehive your engine. Now, the pre-selling engine is what I just talked about, which is 12 touch points within the ecosystem that is kind of like a flywheel, but has a lot of products and other stuff involved in it. Okay, so there's 3 phases to this. Now, I'm not going to go too much in depth because this is what I explain in my newsletter, but as you can see from an overview perspective, you have 3 different phases. You have setup, validation, and pre-selling. So within those 3, I focus on helping the person understand how it can help them get set up, how it can help to validate their offer, and then from there pre-sell their offer within them having to sell it. Okay, because a lot of people want to sell their products, but they don't want to be on the phone. They don't want to spend time chasing people, or they don't want to send random DMs to other people. So if someone wants to implement this, these will be 3 phases we go through. Now in step number 2, you will see that it talks about acquisition. In this case, it's talking about a 7-day system. Now ideally, as I said to you, you want to have 12 to 15 touch points. I said 12 in my case, but I have not only 12 touch points in that sense, but I have 1 introduction, so Mr. 13. And then with that, I have 2 emails, 1 confirmation, 1 welcome. That makes it in total 50. Right? So the minimum we want to have is 12. And if you think about it, you have 7 days. You can go through this process to deliver these 12 touch points. Okay, so these 12 touch points are spread throughout the 7 days. And every day you share something new, like the vision, the quick win, the tease of how they can win their first result. the case study, referral, deep dive, and also belief shifting. Okay, and in the end, you make your pitch. Now, the idea would be to pitch your offer that already you got a lot of feedback for. So if you look carefully again within the first, I would say, day number 1 to day number 3, you will be getting their details. You'll be doing a poll, probably you'll be doing a survey, all those things. And you also in the referral, you will tend to see if you give them a chance to do a referral and in return to get something for free, you can also sense what's the main bottleneck they're looking to solve. Okay, so ideally you want to test out different things. So by the time it comes to the pitch, it's much more easier for you to know what offer you're going to put there within the ecosystem. Why? Because they already selected it based on all the interactions they had with the prior emails. Okay, and this is what I'm talking about. You're able to make on the Beehive platform, because that system is not doable if you do it on another platform. But Beehive gives you that ecosystem. So within Beehive itself, you have many different features you can use. Ideally, I recommend you guys use the scale or the max plan, which is a subscription plan I recommend. But if you want to start for free, you can also start for free, and you have a max of 2,500 emails you can use. But you can check that link below if you're interested in starting using that. Ideally, I recommend the max and or the scale plan, is because those two are the ones that will allow you to add all these ecosystems into place and use them in your automation. So step number 3 will be here, the passive income and monetization. So this is more on the monetizing engine, which is authority, viral loop, and high ticket. So in here is where you will insert, again, your offers, but at the same time, your competency of why you can help them. So this entire phase is focused more on objection handling. So all the reasons why they might not be buying your offer. At the same time, limited quantity. So you will focus on the value of that, and also the date. So before the sequence ends, you will give them a special offer. It's like a no-brainer, because again, if they take the opportunity of it, they can get a discount, they can get the offer will close a certain day, etc. Okay, so you can use all those trigger points, and because of that, you will show them how it operates, you will show them how you have yours set up, and then in the end, you will give them the offer. Hey, if you want me to help you, you can do that. If you want to buy a walkthrough of my course of how I explain it and how you can set this up, you can also do that within this phase. All right. So if you think about it at the beginning, if you do a recap kind of the process of the ecosystem, first I validate your idea and pre-sell them on why you are the person they want to listen to. And based on that, you go back and forth with them by them engaging with your content. In the step number 2, you want to have an acquisition system where you slowly walk them into your process of how you solve and help others get to a specific result, and then make them a pitch. If they don't decide to work with you within that 7-day bracket that you pre-sold your offer, you can then make a last try for 3 days in order for you to monetize them by utilizing your authority, viral loop, and high ticket in order for them to see the value of working with you for a limited time, for a certain amount of days, and or if they don't act within a certain day, they will not get a specific benefit. So in other words, is saying, if they don't act too fast, they probably might suffer the consequences of not being able to get that offer again. Okay, so ideally what I try to do is that when I build out my newsletter, when I build out my lead magnets, when I do my course, when I do my workshop, etc., or even one-to-one, I would say mentorships with the clients, I normally express myself as raw as possible. I also show proof of context. So when I say people to do something, I will show them an example because I personally learn like that. So I show people like that as well. I also show them the process of how we can do it so that they are clear and have a good understanding of it. And then I also give them, in the end, a checklist of what they can execute. So in the end of my newsletter, and for examples that you guys can see, if you guys already have signed up, you can also see that I explain my idea at the top. I show them how it's applicable to their situation, and then I give them the action step, what will be ideal result that they can get if they implement it. And I share with them the whole breakdown. So I'll tell them the headline, what it is, I give them the process. I show them what the goal is, what we want to achieve, because again, not everyone wants a monetary income or outcome, I should say. Some people want transformation. Some people may want a body change. They want more abs, or they want to lose fat, or they want to look nicer, or they want to dress nicer. They want to feel younger. They want to travel. They want to do all those things. So ideally, what you want to do is trying to think on what your avatar wants as a core desire, what it is that you can solve or help them achieve, and based on that, correlate it or make it congruent, the topic with the thing that you can solve. And in the end, you embed your authority, you embed your lead magnet, and you embed your own personal story within that in order for the person to feel like you're a real human. They're not engaging with bot content. They're not engaging with some type of VA that doesn't really, respond to them the way they want to hear it or receive the message. But they're speaking to you. You are the creator. You are the entrepreneur. And if you are the expert behind your newsletter, they're speaking to you. That's what they want. All right. So proximity is the thing that people want. So I recommend you in the end, if you're trying to build this entire ecosystem, make sure you think on that as a core priority. How can I help people feel and understand and see that they're speaking to you, they're getting your insight, and the information that you are sharing is not generic, but it's coming from you with your expertise. All right, so that's it for this week's video. If you guys are interested in learning about this process and walking through it for like the next 15 days or so, I would recommend you just sign up for my newsletter. It's in the link in the description below. If you're interested in checking out Beehive, which is the platform I use, you can check out the link below as well and grab your offer as well. And from there, I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.